So before you rent house to anybody, just listen to this story because it will save you thousands of pounds. Okay, so these two families, one is Emmanuel family and the other is Adeyemi family. So Emmanuel, who came with his wife to the UK, started working, and in less than 4 years he was able to get a mortgage, and then he was able to get another one because himself and his wife, they were working and earning very well. The wife was into IT. So when they started working, they got their second apartment and they rented it to a Ghanaian family. And this Ghanaian family were faithful in paying their rent. So they needed to move to a different place. And that was when Emmanuel said, this one that you're moving out now, you've been a faithful tenant. Where am I going to get someone who will be faithful in paying their rent? So that was where Emmanuel met someone in their church who said, my brother, I've been looking, the Adeyemi family said, we've been looking for a place to rent. Please, I heard you're renting one of your tenants to be living. Can you rent us the house? The man said, there's no way I'll rent my house to you because we need to do some checks and all of that. And mind you, this Adeyemi family, they've rubbished their credit score. Everything is zero. They've messed up everything such that nobody is willing to give them any credit. Banks are not willing to give them any credit card and all of that. So, but they went and pleaded with the pastor to allow Mr. Emmanuel rent the house for them. Mr. Emmanuel told the pastor, he said, Pastor, I respect you, but there's no way I'll give these guys this house because I need to do checks, because they have warned him that in this country you don't rent houses to people whom you don't know and there is no background check. But the pastor pleaded and he said, okay, because I respect you, I will do this. So that's how Emmanuel gave his house to Adeyemi and his family. And this Adeyemi, his wife, they have 4 children. They were living in a single 1-bedroom house before because it was difficult for them to even get another apartment. So immediately he gave him the key. The guy, for the first 3 months, he paid for the house, which Emmanuel was happy. But after the 4th, 5th month, they were delaying payment, and he was saying, my brother, I will give you the money. I will give you. And before you know what, 6 months passed. 7 months passed. This guy was just telling him, I will give you the money, I will give you the money. And that was where this guy knew that he's in deep shit. This guy is refusing to pay him his house. And the banks were now writing to him that you have missed 3 payments, and if you're not careful, we need to repossess this house. This guy went to Adeyemi and said, this is what the bank is telling me. Please pay me back my money, because now my wife has lost her job because she is sick. She can't go to work anymore. And you are refusing to pay me money so that I'll be able to pay the banks. That was where the guy changed the tone for him. He said, because this Adeyemi is a British citizen. He's been lived there for like 10 years. The other guy is just 4 years in. He said, I know my rights. Don't start telling me. You're not the first person whose house will be repossessed by the bank. And this guy was shocked. Emmanuel was shocked because he thought, is it not the same person who was begging for a house few months ago? Now this person even has the right to tell me that he knows his right. He now started telling Emmanuel that before you even come to my house, you need to inform me. I'm the owner of this house now because I pay you rent. He said yes, and even if you want to evict me out of this house, you need to go to the court. And if you go to the court, it will take you like 1 year. And within that 1 year, I'm not going to give you any dime. That was when Emmanuel knew that he's in deep shit. He's in deep shit. The bank sent him letters to say they are going to repossess the house. He took this letter to Adeyemi and said, this is what the bank is saying. Please pay me so that I'll be able to pay part of this house. The guy said, for where? He said, I don't have any money to pay you. And that's how the bank had to repossess this house. And this man now, he himself went to court to say there is no way they will evict him out of the house because he has a contract with this guy. What are the lessons to learn from this story? See, I'm currently in the process of changing a house, and I know what it takes to actually change a house. They will ask all the questions you don't expect. They will ask so many informations that sometimes you even feel frustrated. But don't blame these guys, because some of them know what they have faced from people like Adeyemi. They know the kind of trouble they have passed through. They know the kind of challenge. They know the kind of stress they have passed through just for them to be able to get their house rent. So I don't blame these guys who rent houses to people, because people like this are the reasons why some of them will refuse to rent house for certain people. So please, before you rent a house for anybody, go and do your due diligence. If you're a landlord, it is very important. Don't give your house based on trust. Never do that kind of thing. Never give your house based on trust. And the worst people you can even give your house are the people who you even know. like church members, mosque members. If you do that kind of thing based on relationship, you go suffer. So please share this video so that people in the UK can know, especially landlords. I know most of them know, but it's very important. And you that is renting house, if anybody is trying to ask you the question of your great grandfather, please answer them, because many of them know what they have faced.